When you think of an Italian sports car, you might think Ferrari, but don't overlook Maserati. It's sexy, it's sleek, and it has performance. If you want to hear more, stay right with us. Welcome to Car Coach Reports. I'm Lauren Fix, and today we are driving the 2019 Maserati Quattroporte. This is the GranLusso trim, and it's an SQ4, which means it's all-wheel drive. There are a lot of different variants, so if you're thinking about purchasing a Maserati, there are a lot of great deals out there. Note there are different engines, different trim levels. There's more sporty, there's more luxury. So make sure that before you make your final decision, you do your research on their website, because they really have a good website that gives you all the comparisons, and we'll go through some of those details while we go for a drive. I have to say they did a really great job with the styling inside this car. It's very pretty. You can tell that Italians designed it. I mean, look at the two-tone interior. There's multiple color choices, whether you buy the GranLusso or the other trim levels. I pulled this thing out of my driveway. I must have had 50 people stop me and ask me, oh my gosh, is that a Maserati? Isn't that beautiful? It's obviously Italian. So if you're about look at me, and this is one of those vehicles that says, look at me, because it is sexy. My first experience with Maserati was way back in the Ghibli days. My father had always wanted one, and when he started making some money in his later years, he had Ferraris and Maseratis and BMWs and a bunch of other really cool cars, but the Maserati always had a special place in his heart. Once you drive an Italian vehicle, it just has a certain personality about it. And no, by the way, I am not Italian. I'm half Russian, and everybody thinks I'm Italian. I married an Italian, but I'm not Italian, although I look it. So the first thing is seating comfort. Yes, there is lumbar on both sides. It is two-way lumbar. Is it as comfortable as other vehicles in this category, which is the Germans and the Jaguar and other cars that are very sexy like this? Unfortunately, not really. Not as comfortable as it should be. When you're buying a $136,000 car, which is what this test vehicle is at, you better have some serious comfort. Matter of fact, it should have massaging seats, which it doesn't. It has air-cooled, it has heated seats, but it does not have massaging seats. Required? No. But in this price point, over $100,000, you can buy SUVs that have lumbar and massaging seats. The steering wheel itself is quite a large steering wheel, surprisingly, for something that I would call a sportier car. I think it would have been smarter to have a smaller steering wheel. It just seems so big as far as overall diameter, and it should have a flat bottom wheel when you're looking at an SQ4, which means it's all-wheel drive and it has that extra performance. So when you're moving over across this beautiful leather-wrapped dashboard, steering wheel, every single thing is wrapped in leather. Why not? It's Italian. Very nice. Everything is well designed. It's really pretty. You've got the top of the line Bowers and Wilkins audio system, which is fabulous. And of course, there's an additional price for that. Of course, the base radio is also excellent. Moving down is a beautiful Maserati clock. It is oval in design. And it looks like it belongs on your wrist. Very impressive. Further down, you have your standard Uconnect screen that you're probably used to. It's got the radio, the media, the controls, your Maserati controls. Really easy to use. And it has some apps built in like SiriusXM and AHA. And of course, you can add other apps because it is essentially an FCA interface. Further down, you have a spot for an SD card, a USB charger, and some storage. Further back, you have your Prindle, your ability to shut off traction control, your auto off, which you know I shut that off almost immediately because I cannot stand them on any vehicle. We'll talk about the back seat in just a minute because it is quite impressive. I love the sound of the exhaust note at idle. It's just throaty. It wants to. Here, I'll put it in neutral. It's probably manufactured exhaust, which I find frustrating, but that's another story. Here we go. I find it a bit slow when talking about a car in this price point, and you're saying that it's an Italian sports car, so I'm gonna have to nail it a little bit in the performance category. I wish it had more get up and go, more, pardon the expression, balls. I truly wish this vehicle had a manual transmission or at least different shift points. I think that it's designed more to say sport is to get around somebody versus putting this on the track, which I don't think I would put this vehicle on the track. Not that it's not capable of being put on the track, I just think that it doesn't have the right shift points in this transmission in order to give you the ultimate performance, which is what you would want if you're forced to drive something with Tiptronic. And if I put it down a notch, see, now it does something when I drop it into second gear. Brakes are really good. They're not as aggressive as I'd like them to be, considering some of the vehicles that are in this category have some pretty intense brakes. The second row of the Maserati is really something to talk about. It is absolutely stylish, it's very Italian, it's very polished, and it is extremely luxurious. In the center console in front of you, you've got 2 vents and a little bit of storage. Going further back, you have a center console here that has 2 cup holders, and it has the ability to control your air conditioning and some other additional information, including air-cooled and heated seats for the back. One of the nice luxuries about the second row center console that's right here is you press a button and you open it and you have a charging port, but you can also flip a little switch inside so you can cool off some of the things you might keep here in the center. I don't know what that might be. It's not air conditioned, it's not refrigerated, it's just air cooled. An additional luxury item is to pull down the center area, and you've got more storage for owner's manuals or any information you'd like, and 2 more outlets, 1 USB, 1 12-volt, really nice storage, and it really completes the luxury for the second row passenger. We spent a week inside the 2019 Maserati Quattroporte. This is the SQ4, and here are the ratings. For performance, 7. It needs a little bit more. Handling, 7. It doesn't handle like you would expect. Safety, it has a lot of great safety features, but it just needs a little bit more compared to its competition in this category. You're talking about $136,000. It earned a 7. Visibility, not bad. I gave it a 7. Seating comfort, I gave it a 6. I mean, honestly, 4-way lumbar is just not enough on a car at this price point. For technology, 6. The technology is good. It is so much more on other manufacturers. You're talking about head-up display. It wasn't even on this vehicle, and that is something I think a lot of people want, especially if you're doing a driver's vehicle like this. A luxury sedan should have that. As far as features, therefore, I gave it a 5. Design, spectacular. It got an 8. It's really hard to get a 10 on design. Quality, 7. This is about fit and finish and the quality of the vehicle overall. That's every single aspect, both inside and out. And overall value is a 6. The overall car coach report for the 2019 Maserati Quattroporte SQ4 is 66. It could be better in a lot of other ways, but if you're thinking about buying a luxury vehicle in this price point, you should at least take it for a test drive and see that they do build some pretty quality vehicles. It just needs a little bit more to compete in this category. You can check all the uploads here. All the social media and descriptions are down below, and we appreciate your comments, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.